Hey everybody, so today we're gonna go see the Marías in Vancouver, and I figured that I might as well check out some spots along the way that they've marked on Google Maps as their favorite tour spots. So we're gonna do that, and you're probably wondering, why did I go to see them in Vancouver instead of Seattle? And that's just because the tickets to Seattle were way too pricey, and in Vancouver, even including the stay, I was able to pay for less. So that's why we're doing that. But let's finish packing and I'll see you in the car. Okay, so we're now on our way to Vancouver. We're right now going to the conservatory and it's gonna be cool. From what I see, it's supposed to be mimicking like a tropical environment, kind of like the spheres at Amazon, but we'll go ahead and see the animals there and stuff. It should be cool because the spheres at Amazon, to my knowledge, is literally just a bunch of plants, but this has actual animals and stuff. So we're here at the Blood Oak Conservatory, and fun fact, this place was made for Canada's 100th birthday in 1966. The goal that they had in mind was they wanted to have a place with a bunch of exotic plants and animals so that people could learn about them. Now, as of today, there's over 100 different species of birds in there and 500 species of exotic plants. So let's go check it out. So I could totally see why this made it onto the Marías map. There's a lot of beauty around the area in terms of nature, and inside the actual conservatory, all of the tropical plants gave like a feeling of being in Puerto Rico in a way because of, you know, all the different species of birds and all the plants that you just normally wouldn't see so far up north. So this is definitely worth visiting. Check it out. Okay, so according to the waiter, one of the highlights to get at this place is the beet salad. And as you can see, it's gorgeous looking. It has some ricotta cheese spread, as well as the beets that are roasted with like a topping of citrus and some black sesame seeds, it looks like. So let's give it a taste. This is fantastic. The beets feel kind of meaty in a way, so it gives you that kind of umami sensation, and then the creaminess from the cheese really goes well with that. This kind of sour sweetness with the citrus balances it. I think this is fennel on top. Dude, this is insane. I'm speechless. This is beautiful. The seeds, the sesame seeds on top, it has kind of a bit of a crunch to it, and it's always good to have like contrast with foods, right? So if you have a lot of soft, you want something hard, and you want like balance. So this is really, really cool. And the plating was also gorgeous. I want to add that. And look at the color. I feel like you almost never see purple foods in nature. So to see something so vibrant, it's so gorgeous. So first things first, before we go for the main course here. Cheers. So this is the special, apparently, the buttermilk fried chicken. So I feel like it's hard to miss a fried chicken. But what's nice about this one specifically is it has like a maple syrup sauce that has like some charriness to it. The pickles on top, like any fried chicken, just add acidity. The crunch is not like a panko type of crunch. It's like a nice in between too crunchy and not crunchy. I can see why the Marias like this place. I think Maria herself was raised in Atlanta, so she probably likes fried chicken because of that. I sat outside to be able to film her easily, but the vibes inside are really, really cool. I'll try and show you around a little bit now.
So the very first dish that I had at Gary's was a raw fish dish. It consisted of ganpachi with turnip, scallion, tofu dressing, and chili oil. Now the tofu is deliciously creamy, and I personally have never had tofu as a sauce before, so it's really surprising, but it worked so incredibly well with the dish. The dish almost felt citrusy in a way, kind of like a mature crossover between ceviche and poke, which are kind of the same thing if you think about it. And look at the plating on this. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. So I initially came in with the intent of only ordering 2 dishes, but the waitress fully convinced me to try this heirloom tomato salad. So as you can see, it consists of heirloom tomatoes, plums, shiso, chili flakes, and fish sauce. I initially thought that the plums were peaches, but regardless of what they were, the sweetness that they added was an amazing touch next to the umaminess of the fish sauce and the tomatoes. There was also a subtle amount of heat from the chili flakes, which was lovely, and the waitress let me know that all the ingredients were sourced from a local farm, so it was really cool to see. This dessert is the epitome of summer. It's a chamomile honey cruller, along with some blueberry compote with macerated strawberries and a quenelle of whipped cream with some decorative flowers on top. It was truly a beautiful combination. The dough is light and airy, and the slight glaze adds a lot of flavor to it. The whipped cream coats the tongue beautifully and balances the acidity from the fruit.
So the hostel I'm staying at is right in Jericho Beach, and as you can see, it's really lovely view. And the hostel itself was actually great. The bed was actually comfortable compared to the other hostel I stayed in. And my roommate was super cool. He was telling me about his travels all across the US. So this technically was not on the Marías list, but I feel like it definitely should have been, especially because it's summertime. I mean, look at the beautiful water. Being from Florida, I really miss things like this, like the beach and the sunshine and the beautiful weather. If you're here in Vancouver, definitely check it out. Jericho Beach is fantastic. The hostel right next to Jericho Beach is amazing too, so go for ahead and give them your business if you can. And what's cool about this beach is that, unlike the beaches in Florida, you're surrounded by greenery. There's like a bunch of trees near me, and then you have the cityscape of Vancouver over there, and then you have like the mountains back here. So it's such a unique beach, and I love it. So they got some blackberries over here. I didn't know that when I first moved to the Pacific Northwest, and it's just cool because you could grab these and then eat them. So I don't know how to pick a good one though, if I'm being honest. I just pick the ones that are black rather than purple. So I just got done speaking to this really cool dude, and he was explaining to me that if you want sweeter berries, the way that you look for them is that you want to look for ones that are like really falling off. So obviously you want it to be black, like for example this one, but you want to basically be like barely tugging and for it to come off. If it's not gonna come off easily, then that means it's probably gonna be a sour one, which let's confirm that. That one was actually decent. I don't know, maybe the trick is to just pick a bunch and find the best one. But yeah, this was one that I had to pull off a little more. Let's see. Oh yeah, that one was really sour. Also, something I didn't know is that apparently blackberry is an invasive species, so it propagates really, really easily. So he was like, yeah, don't feel bad about getting a ladder and like breaking down branches and stuff, because it's literally invasive. The more time I spend here picking berries, I think that guy was right, because all the ones that are easier to come off have been significantly sweeter. So let's go check out the next spot. I'm starting to get hungry, and then after that we can check out the vintage store. So let's go. So we're here at West Oak. Let's go ahead and go into the restaurant and see how it is. Cool. So let's go and have cheers for the latte. The steak, I ordered it medium rare, as you should, and it comes with a chimichurri. It's more on the cooked side rather than the medium rare, but still probably is going to be delicious. And I do have like the sea salt on top, so that should be a nice touch. The saving grace, truthfully, is the sauce. It is salted pretty well. I wish it was more cooked towards the medium rare side rather than what it is, but it's still fine. Now, it came with 2 poached eggs too, so let's try those. Steak and eggs, it's just a golden combo. If you do think that if you come here and your steak is on the dry side, if you like sauce, ketchup's also nice. So, but let's also try the potatoes. Let's also try the potatoes. It seems like they're fried, and they have like some vegetables in it. Like it looks like zucchini, some bell peppers, and it came with ketchup. I guess the ketchup is more for the potatoes rather than the actual meat. Great texture. The veggies are also seasoned really nicely. It's like a hint of spice to it and some smokiness. I guess they use like smoked paprika or something. Overall, I would say it was okay. I don't know if I'd order it again, but you know, for a bunch thing, don't really think I could complain much. Let's go ahead and try this out. The apple dessert. So it has caramel, cinnamon. You really get the doughy aroma as soon as it comes to the table. And the cinnamon as well hits you pretty good. Yeah, it has a toffee note at the end. This is like the better thing that I ordered in my opinion. But inside you see like the flakiness. They have certain layers of apples. So check it out. Let's see. You can see the different layers, and here there's different apples. So that's pretty cool.
Effes and Frank's is a vintage shop tucked right on Main Street in Vancouver. Walking through the door feels like you're stepping into another era. The kind of space where every jacket, tee, and pair of jeans seems to carry its own history. Some pieces look like they've been through something, others just look effortlessly cool. It's a kind of store where you lose track of time flipping through racks, digging through piles, and trying on pieces that you would normally never reach for just to see what happens. They really have something for everyone, from faded denim and worn-in graphic tees to leather jackets, retro sneakers, and loud, colorful pieces. The variety made it easy and honestly really fun to experiment and build unique outfits that you'd never think to wear, but suddenly want to. I found myself needing some fresh air, so I drove west, where the city starts to fall away and the trees begin.
So we're here at the Lighthouse Park, and it's once again beautiful nature around us. Let's go ahead and check it out. I'm excited to see the lighthouse itself. Apparently you can't get that up close to it in person because of laws and stuff, but I'll try and get you guys the best view possible. So apparently I'm trying to go to the west end, which is where you actually see the house. Something cool about this trail is look how much steeper it's gotten. So the way down is looking to be pretty easy, but coming back up might be a bit of a hustle. Maybe this is more of a task for hiking boots than sneakers, but you gotta make do with what you brought, right?
This is Point Atkinson Lighthouse. It's been here since 1912, built to replace an even older structure from 1875. The light sits over 30 meters above the water, guiding ships to the Burrard Inlet. It feels like the kind of place time forgets. Quiet, suspended, where nothing rushes and nothing asks you to stay. It just lets you be.
So something interesting is that when I got to the trail and I did that whole opening montage, I actually was going the completely wrong direction. And I was looking up to bump into these really friendly Canadians who pointed out that, hey, you're going in the complete opposite path, this is where you need to go. And they even gifted me their little map, that way I could get to the right spot on time. And my experience so far with Canadians have been is that they're very lovely people, incredibly nice. Even yesterday at the concert, I was talking to the people sitting next to me and they ended up giving me a ride home and we got along really well. So yeah, I mean, what can I say? I love Canada. So it looks like that's officially the last location on the Marías map. I want to say thank you to the Marías for making that map. It was super cool checking out all the places that they went to on tour. I'd say in terms of the restaurants, the best one was Gary's, I would say. West Oak was like my least favorite one, and then Nightingale was like in between. It was like second best, but yeah, Gary's was easily the best. Like presentation wise, it was so beautiful, and then the staff there were so kind to me, and they just talked to me about my day and my experiences in Canada. They even wished me like to enjoy the Marías concert for them on their behalf. Effes and Frank's was a cool vintage shop. I liked it a lot, and in general, it was just cool. It was cool to see their influences and what they like. Also, thank you to you guys for coming with me on this tour of Vancouver.